Hello everyone and welcome back. We are at Nutty Acres Act 4 and we're continuing with the tutorials on how to get on the leaderboard. We'll start with Cheatin' Witch. And this one, actually I was a Cheatin' Witch because I did not do an all-out flight to the end and to the finish line. I actually stopped at a certain point when I knew I could get the record, and then began to push Banjo the rest of the way to the finish line. So basically, here's what I did. And this is not even close to where I should be to get a record. But if you practice this about 1,000,000 times, eventually you'll get to the point where I was at in less than whatever the required time is, 21 seconds or 16 seconds, whatever it was. But you want to fly all the way through here because there's no way to push Banjo up and down hills. The game won't allow it, but it will let you push him on a flat surface or a slightly flat surface. So you have to get through these gates and down the hill, and right about here, maybe a little lower actually, you see Banjo slid down the hill. Now I'm at 51 seconds, so this is nowhere even close to a record, but this is basically how I got it. I made it to this point a lot quicker than 51 seconds. And if you are careful and pay attention, you can actually push Banjo the rest of the way, all the way to the finish line using the pieces from your cart. As long as you don't get stuck in a tree. Now this cart is way too high up in the air to do that. So I'm going to get rid of all the stuff I don't need. I'm going to keep my engines, and that'll be the ones that I use to push Banjo around. And these other three parts I'm going to use as my anchors. Show you what I mean. I'm going to put the cart right next to Banjo. I got to drop it and pick it up again because it's way too high. If I dropped it on Banjo right now, it would unfreeze the game and the clock would start ticking again. But as long as you keep it pretty low and drop it from not too high a distance, then it'll push Banjo forward very slowly. Again, you got to invest hours and hours of your time to get this record, but basically I pushed him like that all the way to the finish line. Okay, the next one was Hijinks. And what I did for Hijinks was I cheated and imported a custom vehicle into a logs challenge. And like I said before, as long as you have an Xbox 360, you'll be able to watch my video on my channel on how to import custom vehicles into log challenges. And then you just make the fastest vehicle that you can, put a bunch of wings on it so it's maneuverable, put some gyroscopes so you can spin just like that, because you have to do a backflip. And then you also want 2 small ammos and a bunch of egg guns. That way you can just do a touch and go, and you don't have to crack open those crates with your small ammo and egg gun because it'll realize you already have it. Suddenly, you are a legend. 36.75 seconds. Okay, Vaco Nuts is the next one. This one is very tedious. Basically, you want to grab the nut collector and bring it over to the Nutty Acres over here. And basically, you push Banjo around close to the nuts, along with the collector, and do just like this. Watch, it's getting ready to pick up a nut. See, it went to 9. You do that until you get all 14 of them. It takes forever, believe me. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'll show you where I started. So basically, you get a basic vehicle like Carpoo, which I have right here. Put a couple of sticky balls on it. You want to keep them up high so they don't touch the ground. You don't want anything slowing you down. And the only reason I'm using 2 is to offset the weight. Okay, we are ready to go. So you jump in the air. Stick that collector, turn, gun the gas, crash. You do it a lot more quickly than I just did. So basically now you've got your car, you've got Banjo, and you've got the nut collector across the river. And that's what you were hoping to do, because now you can push the nut collector and Banjo around, picking up 14 of these nuts without another single second going off the clock. So whatever time you stopped it at, that's going to be your record. And just to show you the example again, I'm sure you've seen this a couple of times already if you've been watching these. Okay, this is already at the perfect height, so I don't need to worry about hitting Banjo too hard and the clock starting again, because if you drop this thing with 3 engines on it from a very high height, it'll shock Banjo and it'll start the clock. But as long as you drop it nice and low, it'll just push them forward like that. And then as far as the nut collector, come on, you can do it. Just like this. Bring it as high up as you want, drop it, and the nut collector will move a little bit at a time. And you just keep picking up your vehicle and doing that until you pick up all the nuts. Okay, the next one is, what is it, Cheatin' Witch? Nope, Fighting Fit. We already did Cheatin' Witch. Okay, Fighting Fit, this one's fun. Somebody else invented this vehicle. I just modified it a little bit to get the record, but this is a cool vehicle. I'm going to download it first, after I show you what the record looks like. See, that's how fast you can do it. So I'm going to download the blueprint, which you can do the same. And then I'm going to start the game with my Fit vehicle that I just downloaded. In the first one, I'm not doing anything. I want to show you what happens. Look at Mr. Fit. He runs right into that box that's right in front of him. You see him in there? He's still running. So you've got him trapped in the box, basically. From there, you just want to hit the gas on the spring in that third folding propeller with a, I guess, assigned letter B to it. And eventually, if you do it 1,000,000 times, don't jump out of your vehicle like an idiot. But if you do it 1,000,000 times, alright, this is crooked, it's not going to work. If the vehicle's straight, you don't jump out of your vehicle like an idiot, and you do it 1,000,000 times, you will be successful just like this. Oh, that was so close. One more try. I flew right over the finish line, but it didn't record it. So we'll try that again. Here we go. Nope. Still didn't work. And even me, I know what I'm doing. This is difficult, but like I said, you'll get used to it. And this one won't take you 7 hours. You should be able to get on the leaderboard in like 5 minutes. All right, that wasn't 1,000, but either way, you get the point. That's what you want to do. So, you know, tomorrow we'll carry on with Nutty Acres Act 5. Till then, thank you for tuning in. See you next time.